All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Trigun Stampede, episode 1.
All right.
Trigun. In the 2020s.
In the year of our Lord, the 2020s? Madhouse, is this you? No, it's Studio Orange. It's a full 3D a la Beastars.
I am very excited.
Dorohedoro and all that. There's been, okay, y'all that are like, I don't know, maybe some of you are like, wait, there's 3D haters out there? No, but like in the last 10 years especially, there's been so many good full 3D anime especially.
And
like
basically all of them have come from Studio Orange.
Like all the best ones have come from Studio Orange. Yes.
I'm very excited for this. We both have a little bit of experience with Trigun from like seeing some of the original.
Vash the Stampede. $60 billion double dollar bounty.
Right.
It's hard to forget that. Like
exactly.
That's gonna grain itself into your brain.
The coat, the cannon, the dude carrying the cross that actually has a shit ton of guns in it.
The bipolar, like swapping personality almost between like,
oh yeah,
I'm like actually really whimsical and fun and silly, and then it's like, oh, it's time to kill. Right,
yeah, exactly.
It's time to go.
Playing the fool kind of a thing.
Right, exactly. I'm really excited for that in 3D because you can have more like, silly movement.
You can have more silly movements, but also if the action is as good as everybody says it is, then having that kind of like, I know this is a character that came out after that, but having that kind of like Jack Sparrow element of, is this person just a fool kind of a thing, as you have like some exploding set piece or whatever, and they're navigating through it, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, that sounds really awesome because one of the things that I've experienced probably about 3 to 5 episodes. I think I watched this back in the like mid to late 2000s. That's how long ago I watched this show.
That's
the original. And while I would say that like I don't really remember much more than his name and maybe some of the character designs and stuff, the thing that stood out to me was the gunplay and the action there, and it was pretty cool when it was pretty cool. But it also had that like very much we're not a sci-fi and we're not a full Western kind of Cowboy Bebop-esque.
Right, like Western vibes, but still a sci-fi, but also like most of the weapons that people use are like ballistic guns,
right.
Which is always fun.
Right, but I'm really excited to have a new look at this world as well. That's something that I'm very excited to go into because anything that has any hint of sci-fi, anything, I'm like, I need that. I need that. Give me some more of that. But you got a little bit further ahead in Trigun.
I did get a bit further ahead. I don't remember too much of it. Like it's one of those things where oftentimes
again, you watched it in the 2000s and stuff as well.
Oftentimes I just don't vibe with like the shows that are like pre-2000, like just some things about how shows were made back then just don't end up working for me a lot of the time.
Sure.
But I got pretty far into it. I'm curious to see if like how much of this show is like a full one-to-one like recreation
like a remake,
versus like, oh, we're going to, hold to the heart and soul of the show, but do things differently. Cause like, in the 90s, everything was episodic because that's just how you had to do it, right?
Yep. So this one could be a more linear narrative.
Yeah, exactly.
That's also a really fun thing as well because I think this show is one core. Like it's a very short, little short thing here, which means it could also be set up for a season 2 rather properly because there just might not be,
Sure.
There might be like more material to adapt.
And even if they do it episodic, if it's just one core, that could mean that they also just go for these sort of best hits of like, that episode was good, but it wasn't quite good enough for what we're going for.
We make a much tighter, more fast-paced narrative as well, and that could be really fun. But yes, I'm also really excited to see things like old school voice acting was like either like pretty hit and miss. Like you would have sometimes where you'd have like iconic voices and stuff, but then other times you'd have like, oh, like that one girl's voice is pretty just basic or something like that. So I'm excited to meet these characters all over again, especially with voices as well. Yeah. But all right, y'all. Without further ado, let's get into this. Earth and our moon. But we're not on that planet, are we?
We're somewhere else.
Mars. Maybe?
Oh, shit.
Oh, my gosh. This is like a Star Wars opening scene.
Yeah.
Get that sense of scale.
And it just keeps getting bigger.
This is what you can do in 3D easily. Let's go.
I love the look of the robot. Bunch of stasis pods.
Mm-hmm. People in cryo sleep. Yep. Whoa. Oh, well, shit.
Wait, that's Vash?
No way. Whoa.
Okay.
Like origins of the character. Yeah. Oh, the twin. Well, everything is kind of
Everything's fine, but quick, run, follow me.
I'm gonna do what I can to help them, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. All right. Yeah, that's okay. Holy shit.
Jeez, the scale here.
Yeah. I wonder if we're gonna get the story of why this happened. Because this almost seems like it could be an attack, you know?
Okay. What an opening.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh. Noman's land.
Oh. Oh, okay.
That's also why you do 3D.
Yeah, that looks good.
Holy shit, that looked good. Ah, yes. Amazing. Oh shit. Wait. Wait.
Is that him?
That's him. That's totally him.
Wow.
That's totally him.
Except it's not a corpse.
Yep.
I like that the arm has a different look to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just immediately we're like, well, we'll just leave him there.
No, this isn't that anime. Oh, shit.
Already getting a fight?
Mm-hmm. That's a much better picture.
Yes.
What? How far that way? What?
Yeah. I mean, she doesn't know. Nice.
Yeah. He's like, you're so kind.
Wait, is she actually serious or is she doing a bit?
Where are we going then?
Yeah, food. We gotta go.
Yeah, it doesn't really feel like that, does he?
Yeah.
This is amazing. Whoa.
Oh, okay.
Whoa, map. The diner is gonna be like, you know. It's gonna be very minimalist.
Yeah.
Lots of
Nice,
wanted posters.
But the comparatively tiny bounties.
Right.
Oh, okay.
He hasn't done anything about the rope. What rope? Yes. What the color of that water? Yep.
No, it's beer. Yeah, you can't just ask for water. Oh, that is actually water.
We don't get new people, yeah.
I suppose.
I guess I can, you know.
Oh my god.
Yeah, hardcore sci-fi.
This feels just a bit more advanced than what they had in that village.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Right, otherwise humanity would have just died out long ago here. What the hell?
Yeah.
This is the wrong place to have a fight.
Yeah. I love how you have the reflection on the glasses, and then like when he's silly, it goes away.
Yeah.
Those guns look good.
Those guns look really good, yeah. It's like they're tickling him.
Yeah.
Like. Oh, whoa.
Oh.
I love your stones, but like
I get the feeling you might get shot.
hides behind him.
Oh,
They're like, yeah,
right.
let's go. It's betting time. Damn.
Oh, all right.
Oh, fuck. There's aura here.
Yeah.
There's vibes, man. The vibes are on point.
And then Vash uses the cannon in his arm.
The setting sun. Yes! Wait!
Oh my god!
You motherfucker! What are you
Holy
doing?
shit! I love it.
Oh my god! You guys have like 30 seconds.
No, get the fuck out of there.
Yeah. Hide.
Yep.
The music change and everything. Watch him like
He pulls out his gun and just
starts shooting all of them.
Right.
Fuck.
No way. No ammo. I love the idea though that he was gonna try, and with a revolver no less.
Wait. Grab his gun.
I love it. There's
gun's
no
on the
time,
ground.
dude.
They don't have 22.
That's a 22? One bullet? Wait.
Are you kidding me?
Oh shit, he's actually pretty good. I don't think you're gonna make it, dude. Oh. This suit's pretty badass.
Whoa!
Oh my god!
Whoa! Oh shit!
No way!
And then they'll blow up, and that'll cause the other ones to blow up.
Yeah. Incredible. That was so amazing.
What is this? I was expecting something way more grungy and like moody, and this is so fun.
Press X to doubt.
Right, but that.
Sure, that'd be a hell of a story. You just snapped. Wait!
Oh my god.
What?
Oh my god.
God, the line delivery. Okay.
Oh.
What the hell?
Wow.
All right.
Wow. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Hit us with the OP, yeah.
I kind of hope this is the ED though. Like this is such a like chill vibe.
I think it's the OP, dude. And then we have a drop here and boom. Oh. Actually, it's much softer. Okay.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's like OG art or something there. Okay. Y'all, this was
wild.
fun.
Very fun.
Very, very wild. Very chaotic. I love that we're getting a very, very rambunctious look at this kind of almost retelling, but also like very different kind of scope of story. It feels like they're wanting us to get the entire story's premise and stakes very early so that if you check out after this one episode, you'll still know like everything.
Yeah, we got the general like idea of how humanity came to be on this planet.
Yep.
What the stakes are.
Yep.
Cool. And also why that disaster happened.
Yeah, there's this weird element where I can definitely tell that they're going for a faster paced narrative by giving us the whole scope of things out the gate, because I definitely didn't know any of this in the 98 or whatever it was.
I can't remember what episode it is, but it's like it's late in the show when Knives shows up.
Gotcha.
So
because I was like, oh, cool, like a twin. That sounds awesome. Like I might have even like vaguely remembered that there was something related to like Vash's like family being like a part of the story, but that that clearly wasn't in any of the episodes I watched because
and also something that I'm kind of curious about, given how it seems like it seems like a lot of time has passed since humanity crashed on this planet.
Well, at least 15 years or 10 years.
No, right. But there's that part of me that wonders if it's been like a lot longer than that, and it's and like generations have passed, but like Vash is somehow like much older, but because of he was a part. I don't know. No, that doesn't actually sound right. But
I feel like it's more. I feel like it's more the thing that there were so many people on board this fleet of ships that it's actually that right. It's just that so many of humanity has died.
Right. Humanity didn't need to start entirely over, but
right. They had ships. They had these plants.
Right.
They had the means by which that they would probably terraform the planet. Right. But because of them being sundered and separated, and probably all now infighting in a classic humanity's problem is ultimately that
themselves.
Yeah, themselves, which, kind of proves the villain right in some small specific
right, and we've
way.
got that ongoing motivation for Knives of he wants to fully eradicate humanity, even though he specifically did make it so that humanity could survive.
Well, that's why I think he's not wanting to eradicate humanity in its full. You might know more about the character than I do.
No, but the thing he said at the end of I'll get them all this time or something like that.
Right, and I think that that's still something where having all of humanity be killed is different than I want to put you all through hardship again. I want to basically make you all remember what you really are or something.
Yeah. Well, and the idea that we have a villain.
This is part of the process.
Right. We have a villain set up in episode 1, right? Which, we didn't get until way later in the original show. But then on top of that, Knives seems like he's serving something else, some sort of, other entity or whatever, with that crazy looking statue and whatnot.
Yeah, that thing was nuts.
That was nuts. That's exciting. That definitely gets me.
That's the mystery.
Yeah, that's part of the mystery that gets me interested in what we're going to get from this show in a broader scope sort of thing.
Yeah.
While at the same time, the action and the adventure that we got just in the very localized Vash and these two reporters, I love it.
Yeah.
Great.
It could be something where these plants are something that need to be offered or given to something.
Sure.
The
they
plants
need to
are
properly
kind of
gestate. And
they're the proper MacGuffin or something like that. The idea that they could also be themselves some kind of entity. There's some stuff there, but I think that's all in pure theory land. For right now, we've got Vash, who is a character that has not lost his optimism despite losing his family, his
in various different ways,
in some ways
losing
his
his family.
sanity in a lot of ways. That's probably how he's just held on to everything here. He laughs at all this because his brother laughed at the end of humanity, basically.
That he also brought about. It's something where the energy of this show, in a lot of ways, as fantastic as the visuals are, I think the energy that is definitely aided by the visuals is kind of the greatest strength of the show from what I saw in the first episode.
Yeah.
Because it's very easy for that kind of extreme things that happen in anime to be something that we accept because we're used to it happening in anime. But even then, I feel like that's something that happened a lot more in older anime than in the more recent anime.
Yeah.
Or at least it's not as turn on a dime kind of a thing, maybe.
Right. And I remember that they had a bit of that with regards to Vash's energy in episode 1, that he had that dodging all the bullets and everything.
Yeah, and the way that this looks just feels like it lends itself to that.
It's synergistic.
Yeah, it's synergistic. And Meryl is right along with it, right?
Right along with it.
Because her she's the responsible one.
Right.
But also is completely ridiculous without realizing that she's ridiculous.
Right. She's kind of thirsty for approval, if you will. The second Vash was like, "Oh, you're going to do a great reporter job." She's like, "Oh, you don't say?" Thank you.
Or when she's just gesticulating and doing all these crazy things. It feels like we've got all the crazy energy of season 4 Attack on Titan Gabby hands, but instead it's being done throughout the whole thing and to showcase the zany nature of these characters. And it works. It just works for me.
I also that because I have enough experience to know that Vash has a serious side. The idea that his serious side came out in this episode, we didn't have to wait for it, I feel is also really good if we're going to show us this much of the premise and the scope of the world. The point when Vash, breaks character, if you will, and suddenly starts dodging bullets. My whole body became erect. That was so fucking cool.
The whole thing was cool right up until then. And I gotta say, maybe, the thing that, not that I was the most impressed by, but maybe the most surprised by, is how the actual antagonist character felt badass too.
Yeah.
I was expecting oh, okay, there's these police guys, so these are going to be the mooks that'll, right. But then this dude's like, you know what? Yeah.
This is stupid.
Like, he starts out with his gold-plated gun that he loads up and does the, you know, like, okay.
Flourish,
like, he's fully expecting to win this duel, even though he knows he's up against
He's
Vash.
watched Good, Bad, and the Ugly, like, reruns,
exactly.
like, over and over and over again. He's
and
like,
then,
I'm ready for a duel.
And then Vash is like, isn't this kind of stupid? And he's like, you're right. And it's like, wait, so hang on. Like, because Vash is probably trying the pacifist thing.
Right. He's trying to do the pacifist thing, which I like. But it's also I thought he was going to be like, we should, settle this with our fists.
Right. And it's like, you've got a metal hand. Maybe don't do that, right?
Well, right. But also maybe he's like, I've got like combat training. Yeah, you're right.
But then he just throws away the pistol. He's like, that's a good point. This is more my style.
Like a cluster rocket launcher. I think that's another thing.
That was
the
incredible.
Element of what the fuck in this episode was 12 out of 10.
It was the perfect amount.
It kept going, and it kept going. I loved the cold, open, like very Star Wars Dune-esque of this massive ship coming upon a desert planet and all that. And I'm like, okay, cool. We're getting kind of the how did they get here kind of set up here.
Lots of questions.
Lots of questions and everything being set up. And then all the, premise of how did this horrible tragedy happen? This feels like it was so devastating. And then coming from there to the, yes, we're now jumping ahead, 10 years or something, and we're, on the desert planet. We've got a reporter that's got this gig, and then a massive, just gigantic dune bug comes out of the, and it's just, that's just a thing. That's
heartfelt goodbye, I love you, right? Like I care about you so much too.
Right.
Kaku Dori.
I mean, that's at the very end of the episode, though.
Oh, it was? Oh, okay,
yeah.
But then, reporters and sand creatures and stuff, and like I feel like this episode just did a fantastic job of showcasing all of the ways in which 3D can add to an experience.
Yes.
You're
gonna have sand dust effects constantly on this world.
Right.
You imagine how annoying that would be to loop, 2D footage just that, or even get unique stuff constantly.
Well, but also like thinking about like the big sand creature, which looked just so cool with like the exoskeleton and all that stuff. But then to have it like disappear down into the sand, I could see that looking pretty awkward potentially, except, oh wait, no, it makes sense that there'd be a gigantic fucking sand cloud, so you're not gonna see the details of how the things interact because you don't have to, right? Big noise and big sand cloud. There you go.
Yeah.
Right?
Cool.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. I am very excited for the way in which they've shown that for the character animation and then for the larger scale things like interacting with each other. We've already seen Vash move in a way that just looks really, really fun.
Oh, yeah.
It just reminds me that this is the studio that did Land of the Lustrous, and I just remember Foss moving around.
Running through the grass.
But then also like having those big fights against those gigantic creatures and stuff. And like, now we're here.
Yep.
They've gotten even better, and it's just...
Oh yeah, yeah. I also gotta say, because I remember hearing something about how like some people were upset that like they changed the character design of Vash. I thank you for changing the character design of Vash. This works so well. In this style. Yeah. And I feel like that older style, it would like stand out. Like because the thing is.
I have thoughts on that.
Trigun fans, like hardcore Trigun fans, I could see them totally still being able to enjoy the show, and people who have never seen Trigun can watch this and have a great time with it. Right? Like they don't even need to think of it as yes, it's something made from like a legendary anime, right? They could just go into this and be like, yeah, there's going to be this cool like zany high octane like sci-fi western sort of deal, and absolutely love it.
Yeah, I get the vibe specifically that this is a slightly different Vash, and that's okay. But the reason for that being that this Vash, I feel like, is a little bit more willing to actually engage rather than the more, I need to be the enigmatic, kind of poser masculine kind of figure that the bounty, wanted posters and all that kind of make him out to be.
Sure.
So we're tackling in some ways a fun aspect of the, that's not Vash necessarily. He's that for the purpose of ending, fights so that he doesn't have to do any killing or anything.
Right.
But then, of course, things go out of hand, and he gets added all this stuff attached to it. But of course, because he's so lucky, he always survives.
Right.
So it's that aspect of him, I felt like was like polarizing, and that was part of the comedy of even the first few episodes that I watched back in the original. Whereas this one, I feel like it's more blended seamlessly.
Yes.
And I appreciate that, because I feel like I can find more of the nuance, I guess, within the 3D animation and those little moments there.
Well, and also something that I want to just sort of throw out there that, because I loved this as a bit, but the idea that he goes to do his like serious mode thing, and he's out of bullets. He legit did not know he was out of bullets.
No,
right?
He thought he was going to do a duel.
He was no, not even that. I'm talking about with like the explosion thing and all that.
Well,
stuff,
no,
right?
I know, but he would have had to, he was never planning on firing his gun necessarily.
Sure, but like when it's dealing with the cluster bombs, like not only does he fire and like oops, it's nothing in there, but he keeps firing to go through to just check, right? Although, since he didn't have the rock, maybe he didn't throw the rock up. Maybe he actually knew that there weren't bullets. I don't know.
Well, I think that's what I'm thinking, that, like, if I have a few bullets, I can still do this. But now that I only have one, I need the rock,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so then he starts calling out for, does anybody have a bullet? Right? And originally I'm thinking before he says, like, does anybody have a bullet? I'm thinking he's going to be like, can you throw any ammo that you have up here? But then they, adhere to the idea that, yes, no, you wouldn't just be able to have any bullet, you need a specific kind of bullet. Right. And I gotta say, the fact that Vash uses a .22 pistol, I'm sorry, that's just, as an American, I take offense with that. Like, no goddamn way.
But he's a pacifist, Jacob.
No, right, but like, even like,
it doesn't matter.
Throwing this rock up there and then shooting a .22 bullet at it and it shatters it? Nah, man.
It's basically just clumped up.
At least have it be a .38, right? Like, it does,
That's such an
or a 9mm or something. It doesn't need to be a .45. It doesn't need to be a Desert Eagle.
I know, but it's so dumb at times when people are like, I one-handed 50 cal Desert Eagle.
Yeah.
I've shot a 50 caliber pistol. Your hand goes blah. Like it's like I'm like,
but it's also his pistol is a big gun.
Well, I think it's because it's got a big fucking
well, it's a revolver.
Oh, it is a revolver.
It's a revolver. Right. And granted, it looked like it had room for like 8 or 10 shots in there or something. Yeah. Okay, cool. But like the main reason you have a big gun is so that it's heavy, so it has less kickback, right? But it's a .22 bullet,
so it has no kickback.
There's no kickback.
That means he can be extra precise.
He can literally just sit there and.
But that's the thing. He can be extra precise. Then he can actually make those stupid shots.
Totally.
Anime nonsense.
But like 22 bullets are like they're better than a BB gun, but not by a whole lot.
Jacob, you can kill a person with a .22 caliber bullet.
You could kill someone with a BB gun if you shoot them in the right spot.
I'm going to talk about that scene seriously, though, because there's actually something really important that they showed here. They paralleled the cluster bomb scene with him watching his brother have all the pieces of humanity falling down and crashing around him. When Vash started crying, my mind immediately went to, wait, this is serious. My interpretation of Vash, that I'm coming into this with, is that he is both the zany lackey guy who's very lucky and gets away with things by the skin of his teeth, but he's also the badass who's been hardened by this world. And he is both, but he's also a pacifist. So when I looked at that, and I'm like, okay, he's crying because people are probably going to die here. But why is he weeping? It's not just because he's desperate for that one bullet.
Right.
It's because
he is.
Because he is. That is part of it. But I think it's because he's about to witness a moment where he knows he's going to survive because he's lucky. Right. He's going to watch all these people die. And even if it's not all of them, it's the idea that he's like, I am tired of watching this happen over and over and over again. Someone give me a fucking bullet. I can save your lives.
Right.
But do you realize the other thing with that? If I had one bullet back then, if I just had one bullet, my pacifist self could have made the call and saved so many more lives.
Sure.
How many more people do you think in the last bit Nye has killed?
Yeah, no, I like that. I really like that.
Because that's the whole show right there. It's not just the idea of he's a pacifist, so he doesn't want to do the duel thing here. But it's the idea that he's like, if you can give me one chance, I will break my code. I will do what I'm meant to do. I will make this right.
Yeah.
But I almost love with this as well that it's wait, your one bullet thing is kind of a dream. The idea that you can fire one bullet and stop all these cluster bombs, and how will this work? I'm cutting really deep here, I know.
Yeah.
But like, it's kind of unrealistic.
Or taking another bit from the episode.
Yeah.
Where do they first find Vash?
Yeah.
Tied up, upside down. Mm-hmm. Now, yes, he gets out of being tied up later, but like, I'm pretty sure he actually was helpless there.
Yes, he was.
Like maybe Meryl Streep just isn't great at tying people up or something, or whatever, right? Or he learned his lesson and he's like, okay, I'm gonna do some things a bit different, I'm gonna like flex my arms a little bit so that way, like, it's the not fully like tight so then I can relax them or something like that.
I flex one of my arms. Shit.
Yeah, right. But I think he really was in danger there.
Oh, I think that's where he lives. It's just the idea that he could die any day.
Well, but he has this whole dream. Maybe he tries to do all this stuff, and yet you end up hanging upside down with a couple of corpses.
Mm-hmm. Yep. What are you doing, man?
Maybe you shouldn't try and do this alone. Maybe you could use some crazy reporters, which, by the way, I don't remember Roberto from the original series. Maybe
I think Roberto is the bigger girl.
There is a part of me that wonders if that's the case.
She's been redone,
basically,
remade as a character.
That could totally be the thing. If it is just something where he's just around for a while and then he exits or something and she gets brought in and then we get like more chance to like focus character intro.
Work. Yeah.
That could totally work too. But I like Roberto, so
He had the whole I'm kind of there to be the heel to force exposition out of Meryl, which I think is fine. But the minute he had the like, I have enough booze in me, I also have my cojones now strapped proper. Right. I'm going to saunter up to the military police, mock him, tell him saying like, I'm going to slander you so hard.
Oh yeah. I was fully expecting just a...
Yeah, I was expecting he could die here.
He's got a hole in the head, and then it's like...
He's got just enough swagger with it. He's like, you wouldn't be stupid enough to fire a gun here. Are you kidding me?
Right. It definitely, he has the vibe of like okay, Meryl.
I know how the world works, yeah.
I know how the world works. You're just being dumb right now.
Yeah.
But I know exactly the amount of dumb that you can get away with.
Right?
Yeah, right, exactly.
You need to know where, when, and how much to apply it.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
He's got that similar energy of his own kind of zany, but it's specifically, he's like, oh, I need at least 2 more drinks before I'm ready for this kind of energy.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Which is fun. I love the classic drunk character that is not primarily the comic relief. They are there in some ways to be almost
it's the drunk sensei.
The drunk sensei. They're like, I'm just too old and too tired for this shit,
Also, gotta say, this is not like a direct thing tied to the episode, but the final art piece at the end, I don't know whether that's like an homage to the original series with Bash's different character style, whether it was something that was like an important bit of concept art that then they used as they were making this show. Who knows? But that shit is dope as fuck, and I love that they have it here because that just adds to the general atmosphere of like, shit's gonna be crazy, and
also the scale of things.
Exactly.
Is that the show can be intimate and that we can see a man alone on a cliff here, and there's something sad, not just about this picture overall that they're looking at how much has been lost, but that there's some kind of civilization down there that's been built around this ship.
Yep.
He's not a part of it.
Right.
He's up there on the cliff alone.
And that's a really big fucking ship.
Oh yeah. But hell yeah.
Just really cool.
Let's go around this world. And if one of the benefits now of 3D is we actually get to see more complex aspects of the world, because I don't really remember anything that big of a scale from the first few episodes of the anime.
Oh, no.
Now, that might have been just because it was just desert and blue sky everywhere.
Yeah, there was definitely... Well, yes. So one of the things that also with the original series, and I don't have that good of a memory of what I saw, but there was that part of me that was like, okay, how much of they're on a desert area, is that a like active choice that's going to have a bunch of really cool implications for like, the world and stuff at large?
Well, it's adapted from a source material. So,
no, totally. Yeah. But like,
but the things they show in the sand environment, right?
Well,
like
they're I feel like there wasn't that much of it.
Yeah.
And so getting that confirmation in the first episode of, what could end up otherwise being theoretically like kind of boring backgrounds and like environments and things like that. No. We're going to tell you exactly sort of why that is and stuff, so that it feels like an active choice rather than a passive one. Yeah. And every time you're like, yeah, there's just nothing here, it's like, oh shit, yeah, there's nothing here.
Or so when we do see something and it does have spectacle and scale, we're
right?
Like,
if we get to an actual city or something,
like, they've built a city around this wreckage of a ship. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
It gives me the vibe of the Outer Territories and Firefly.
Yes.
And a lot of my favorite sci-fi kind of wastelands type stories where there's that kind of fallen civilization, but it's very understandable. It's not alien. It's something that it's like, oh, yep, I get why that's there. You just need to look at it and suddenly you have a whole story there. That's another thing that this art really conveys here, is that there's a massive story that's just being shown with this art, with this one little picture.
Yeah.
But yes, Nye is a terrifying start to kick off.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if in episode 1 of an anime we've had a more terrifying display of villainy so quickly, other than like the more audacious things like, Dio kicking a dog, like in episode 1.
It's
like
but it's at that level, right? Which is where I think the roots of it being an older story sort of come into play.
Yeah.
In that the bad guy is really bad. Why did this kid decide, I'm just gonna kill them all? Or not all of them, but like I'm going to cause this terrible thing to happen, right?
We don't know.
Who knows? Maybe it's because he's serving some dark god or whatever.
Or we have so much to draw a connection from in comparison with Vash's existence that's where we'll find it out, is that Vash will tell us, or Vash will in some ways potentially show us.
Also, I'm curious, given the silhouette of Nye at the end there with the robe and everything, what kind of wild hair does he have rocking under that hood? Because that hood was a lot bigger than I would have expected from like a grown dude. Like he's got to have some sick do.
I think it's going to be I think it's just going to be like, boom, like out in the back. And it's going to be in some ways like the statue image a little bit.
Oh, okay.
I think that it's going to be in some ways modeled a bit after this, because you can see that like...
Yeah, it definitely does feel like there's some kind of hair element to the crazy shit that's going on there.
It feels like some kind of like winged demon harpy thing, Yeah. But it definitely does have like a, grand amount of hair in the...
hair, stuff that is attached to a head that does not have any discernible hair other than that.
Right. Yeah. But and then also the architecture of the environment that he's in being one that might be a leftover bit of some of the one of the ships.
Sure. And just with the way it looks, it's very like painted and stuff. It's it doesn't look 3D.
Well, it's not.
It's not.
It's a painted background.
Yeah, exactly. But like that's a fun way to give it that sense of like
old
ancient technology, almost like harkening back to original show type stuff.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
Right. And that's fun. That's
fun.
really fun. But y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon and get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general. And also be sure to check out our Twitch channel. So yeah, if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.